School is in session at the Sanchez home in Jersey City, but things are not going smoothly.
And the Chromebooks are slow. They're slow.
Stephanie has 3 kids, but the family had a computer, so she asked the district for 2 Chromebooks. She's grateful for them, but says the devices are older and prone to overheating or locking up.
Sometimes I'll just say log onto your cell phone, and that they'll have less issues for the videos.
Jersey City school officials say we have enough devices on hand, but not enough to give each student a new device. They're waiting for 20,000 new Chromebooks to arrive.
They didn't have any devices, and the devices had not come in.
With school about to start in Newark, Neoshi Baker was worried her kids wouldn't be able to take part in remote learning there at all.
So I just took it upon myself to say, bump it, the kids need to go to school.
She paid for 3 Chromebooks herself, a purchase she says she really couldn't afford after being furloughed for 3 months.
You have to tell the kids, hey, this time we can't have McDonald's because I had to buy you a Chromebook, and for them, they don't get it. They're not going to understand it. They don't understand the sacrifices that we're making as parents. They just see that life is normal to them and as normal as possible that we can provide for them.
Newark superintendent says any family who has a student who needs technology should speak to their child's principal or teacher because the technology is either available at their school or another school in the district. But for Neoshi, the money is already spent.
I'm not saying it's anybody's fault, but I'm just saying, I'm not getting a pay increase. I'm not getting a stipend to say, hey, here's some help.
When schools shut down suddenly last spring, it exposed what some experts call the digital divide. That's the gap between students that have the technology needed to succeed at remote learning and those that don't.
Technology is no longer something that's nice to have. It's essential.
David Chiara is with the Education Law Center. He says in an era of remote learning, devices and high-speed internet are as critical as teachers and should be provided to every student that needs one.
We don't tell school districts, only provide teachers to the low-income kids. No, you got to provide a teacher. We provide teachers for everyone. It's the same thing, Walt.
But it's hard enough just to get solid numbers on how big the digital divide is. In July, New Jersey said 230,000 students lacked devices for remote learning and pledged over $100 million in funding.
We are committed to bridging the digital divide among our students over the long term and aren't just focused on a quick fix.
Did that effort work? 2 months later, the state now says it has no idea how many kids need devices because it never had an accurate count to begin with.
It's a very difficult question to answer because you're trying to get this information, which can be complicated, from parents directly.
The department can't report to the legislature how many students are still disconnected. It is a huge red flag for all of us.
In New York City, the DOE handed out more than 300,000 tablets. That wasn't enough to go around.
I know of many other parents that I've spoken with who say that they still have not received an iPad or any other device.
In fact, during the city's all-remote summer school, 23% of students, nearly 1 in 4, never logged on. It's a situation some say needs to change.
We can't accept that 15 or 30% of our student population will just kind of go missing for an academic year.
In your corner, I'm Walt Kane, News 12.